Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the class of 11th English Medium. The subject is Statistics, Chapter 6, Permutations, Combinations, and Binomial Expansion, brought to you by Vitan Sir. Previously in this chapter, we have discussed exercise 6.2 about the combination concept. We discussed questions from 1 to 8. In this tutorial, I'm going to continue with the same exercise, that is exercise 6.2, but we will be discussing the remaining questions from 9 to 16. Let's start. Question number 9. There are 9 employees in a bank, of which 6 are clerks, 2 are peons, and 1 manager. In how many ways a committee of 4 can be made such that? First question, the manager must be selected. Now there is one manager, and every time we must select that manager. So that means 1 out of 1 manager will always be selected. Now the remaining total employees are 6 clerks and 2 peons, that is 8 employees. And out of a committee of 4, 1 manager is there, so 3 people are left to be selected. So out of 8 remaining people, we have to select the 3 remaining committee members. So that would be 8C3. So 1 manager and the remaining 3 committee members. So 1C1 into 8C3. Now that would be 1 into 876 upon 3 to 1. Now I hope you guys have understood how this shortcut works. Okay. So we can just cancel out these values and we get the answer 56. There are 56 ways in which one manager will always be selected in the selection of 4 committee members. Second sub question, 2 peons are not to be selected and manager must be selected. Now 2 peons we are not going to select and manager must be selected. So first of all, 1 out of 1 manager we will select, and now because 2 peons are not to be selected, the remaining staff is only 6 clerks. Okay, 2 peons are not to be selected, so we will not take them into consideration. So remaining people are 6 and we have to select 3 committee members out of them. So out of 6 clerks we are going to select 3. So it will be 6 into 5 into 4 upon 3 into 2 into 1, and when we simplify that we get 20. So there are 20 ways in which 2 peons not selected and a manager must be selected committee of 4 can be created. So this way, whenever certain things are not to be selected, just remove them out of the total calculation, and when certain things are must to be selected, write them down as 1C1, or yes, 1C1 would be better. Then 10th question. In an office, there are 8 employees, of which 3 are females and rest are males. That means 5 are males naturally. 3 employees are to be selected from office for training. In how many ways can the selection be done so that at least 1 male is selected? Okay, now there are 3 females, so 5 males are there, and out of 5 males, at least 1 must be selected. Now here the question is not 1 or 0 or 2 or 3, it is at least 1. At least means minimum 1 person. That means we have options here. Okay, let's see. Out of males, either we select 1 male because at least 1 is there, so minimum 1 should be there, or we can select 2 males, or we can select 3 males. Why can't we select more than them? Because we are only supposed to select 3 employees for training, so maximum 3 males is possible. We are not going to select any more people than that. And now if we talk about females, then if we are selecting 1 male, so out of 3 people, if 1 is male, then 2 must be females, or if 2 are males, 1 will must be female, or if 3 are male, 0 female is to be selected. And we know that total males are 5 and total females are 3. So now based on this we will create our combinations. First of all, 1 male and 2 female out of 5 male and 3 female, that is 5C1 into 3C2. Okay, simple. Plus, or means plus, out of 5 males 2 males, and out of 3 females 1 female, that is 5C2 into 3C1 or 5C3 into 3C0. So this way, whenever the question is about at least or at the most, we have many options, and between these options we have to add these combinations. So this way you have to apply your brains to decide which kind of combination values you will get. Now, equal to 5C1 here is 5, and 3C2 here, you can use one of our standard norms of 3C2 is equal to 3C3 minus 2 is equal to 3C1. So 5C1 and 3C1 will be 5 into 3 plus, now 5C2. Okay, so 5C2 is 5 into 4 divided by 2, that is 5 4s are 20 upon 2 10, and 3C1 is 3, so 10 into 3. Because this, in this big kind of questions, you have to do some calculations orally, so I want you guys to learn these calculations properly. Plus, now 5C3, we can again apply the same standard, that 5C3 is equal to 5C5 minus 3, that is 5C2, and 5C2 we already know is 10, and 3C0 is 1. So in the next step I'm going to simplify these values, that is 5 3s are 15 plus 10 3s are 30 plus 10 1s are 10. So we just add 15 plus 30 plus 10, and your answer here will be 55. So in 55 ways can we select at least one male for the total selection of 3 employees for the purpose of training out of 3 females and 5 males. So use this kind of combinations, you can multiply them, you can add them, but you must get a correct answer. Question number 11. A person has 6 friends, and in how many ways can he invite at least one friend in his house? Now this is again about at least one. So he can either invite one friend. Okay, so out of total 6 friends, he can invite one or two or three or four or five or all of the 6 friends, because at least minimum one, maximum 6, because he does not have more than 6 friends. So if I convert it into our combination, it could be out of 6, 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 61 or means plus 62 plus 63 plus 64 plus 65 plus 66. Now 61 is 6. 62 is 6 into 5 upon 2. 63 is 6, 5, 4 upon 3, 2, 1. 64 is equal to 6C2. Okay, using that our standard format. So that is again 6 into 5 upon 2, meaning it's same. 65 we have used one of the standard results, that is NC n minus 1 is n, so 6 and 6 is 1. So simplifying this value, we get 6 in plus 15 plus 20 plus 15 plus 6 plus 1, and your total answer here will be 63. So there are 63 ways in which a person having 6 friends can invite at least one friend in his house. Question number 12. In how many ways can 5 books be selected from 8 different books such that, first sub question, a particular book is always selected? Now we are going to select one particular book always, so that's 1C1. So out of 8 books I have selected one book, so remaining 7 books, and remaining to be selected 4 books. So out of 7 books I will be selecting the 4 books. 1C1 is 1 and 7C4 is 7654 upon 4321, and the answer is 35. Similarly, a particular book is never selected. Okay, so out of 8 books, a book I don't select. So out of 8 books, if I remove one book, I am left with 7 books, and out of these 7 books, I am going to select 5 books. So 7C5, because one book is not to be selected. So out of total 8, remove 1, remaining 7. From that I will select 5. So it will be 76543 upon 5432 1, and the answer here is 21. So these are the answers for the questions. Moving on, a student in 12th standard commerce stream has to appear for exam in 7 subjects. It is necessary to pass in all the subjects to pass the exam. In how many ways can the student appearing for exam fail? Okay, now this is a different kind of a question. He has to pass in all the subjects, so how can he fail? So we have to calculate that if he fails in one subject, he will fail, or he can fail in 2 subjects, or in 3 or 4 5 6 7. That means if he fails in at least one subject, he will fail the exam. So we can say that out of 7 subjects, if he fails in 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your combination will be 7C1, 7C2, 7C3, 7C4, 5, 6 and 7. We just need to add all of these values. Now once again 7C1 is 7, 7C2 is 7 into 6 upon 2, 7C3 is 765 upon 321. Now 7C4 and 7C3 are similar according to our standard format. Similarly 7C5 and 7C2 are similar. 7C6 is 7 and 7C7 is 1. Okay, this you can refer to my video number 3 for checking out why I am doing this. 7C3 will be 7C7 minus 3, which is 7 minus 3 is 4, so 7C4. So these two values will be equal, these two values will be equal, these two values will be equal, and 7C0 and 7C7 will be equal. So this way we get similar values. This is possible only in combination. So let's simplify the values on the screen here. 7 plus 21, 35, 35, 21, 7, 1. And when you add them up, you get 127. So there are 127 ways in which a student can fail. But by only failing in 0 subjects, that is 7C0, can he pass. So out of 128 options, he only has one option to pass and 127 options to fail. Quite a small probability of passing. 14. In how many ways an hotel owner subscribed 3 newspapers and 2 magazines out of 8 newspapers and 5 magazines? So, 3 newspapers out of 8 newspapers and 2 magazines out of 5 magazines. It's pretty simple. 8C3 into 5C2. So 876 upon 321, 54 upon 21. That is 56 into 10, 560. But there is a second question in there. If a particular newspaper is to be selected and a particular magazine is not to be selected, so a particular newspaper must always be selected. So out of 8 newspaper, 1 newspaper must be selected, 1C1. So remaining 7 newspaper are there and the remaining newspaper to be selected are 2. So 7C2. And 1 magazine must never be selected. So out of total 5 magazines, I am going to remove 1 magazine. 4 magazines will be left, so 4C2 will be there. And thus our answer here will be 1 into 1C1 is 1, 7C2 is 7 into 6 upon 2 and 4C2 is 4 into 3 upon 2. That we will put here 1 into 21 into 26 and the answer here will be 126. So in this method we can get 126 methods of selecting 3 newspapers and 2 magazines. Moving on with the next question. Question number 15. If NP2 plus NC2 is equal to 84, then find N. Now let me remind you once again the relationship between NP and NC, that is NCR into R factorial will be NPR. Now this is something which I have already showed you guys in the first tutorial of the combination, that is 6.3 tutorial. You can refer to that tutorial if you want. So if NCR into R factorial is NPR, I am just going to put this equation in the place of NP2. So that would give you NC2 into 2 factorial plus NC2 is equal to 84. So I am just going to take this NC2 as common. So remaining value 2 factorial 2 and plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. That 3 I am going to divide on the opposite side. So 84 upon 3 will be 28. So NC2 is 28. So NC2 is actually n into n minus 1 upon 2. That is 28. So multiply 28 with 2. You will get 8 into n minus 1 is equal to 56. Now, because 56 is n into n minus 1, find 2 consecutive values, the multiplication of which must be 56. For example, 5 into 6, 30, 6 into 7, 42. Likewise, you will get 7 into 8, that is 8 sevens are 56. Now the bigger value on this side is n and on this side it is 8. So naturally n will be equal to 8. So your answer here, the value of n is 8. Similarly, question number 16, the last question of the exercise 6.2. If NPR divided by NCR is 24, then find R. Now here I am going to remind you another form, which is NCR is equal to NPR upon R factorial. So in the place of NCR, I am going to put NPR upon R factorial. That would be NPR divided by NPR upon R factorial. Because this is a division sign here, I am going to make them inverse. That way this division sign will be converted into multiplication. So NPR will go into division, R factorial will go into multiplication, and this division will become multiplication. This thing you have already studied in your secondary standards. So NPR into R factorial upon NPR. So this NPR will be cancelled and R factorial will be 24. Now we don't know what is the value of R, but it is a factorial sign. That means there is a certain value which has been multiplied up to 1. So what we are going to start on our calci, we will start by multiplying 1, then into 2, into 3, up to we get the answer 24, and that answer we will get at 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So when you multiply these 4 values, you have to start from 1 and multiply up to you get 24. So you get 24 at 4. So naturally this looks like a 4 factorial. So R factorial is 4 factorial. So just remove the factorial sign, you get R is equal to 4. So the value of R in this particular question is 4. So with this our exercise 6.2 ends, and with this our concept of combination also ends. I hope you guys like the method of explanation. If you have certain comments or questions or feedbacks, you can comment in the below section. You can contact me personally. The contact number is given in the next 30 seconds. In case of any queries, let me know. Like my video, subscribe. If you are new, you can find older videos of this chapter and previous chapters on my channel. On regular basis, I am going to keep on uploading. Next time we are going to start with the new concept of binomial expansion, a pretty interesting concept, and you will be wonder that certain things which you have already studied used this particular concept without you knowing. So wait for that. Thank you very much for watching this, and I will catch you in the next video. Welcome students to Vitan Sir's Unacount Academy. That's better way to success for you. I am Vitan Vora and I teach accountancy, statistics and social science. You can contact me on my cell number 919426310184. Please give a sub to my channel and also check out my other video playlist which you can see on the screen. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.